Okay, cool. Well, we got till 150. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of cruise a little bit too. And if we stay past 150, that's because of you guys and you want to have questions, and that's great. But I will kind of cruise a little faster. But I will say again, like I did last class, that some of you are going to be pretty darn fired up in the next 50 minutes. Because let's be real, who wants to change how you do money and get to a life that you desire? Figure this money thing out. I will do that with you. Can I have permission to tell you really how to do it and tell you the real stuff? Because this is not a typical financial literacy presentation. I love our partnership, if you will, the last few years. It's been great. We've had a lot of students from this leadership series, speaking series that have texted me and emailed me saying, hey, thank you. I'm on my way. It's not about me. That's not why I come here to get any glory. Not at all. Because if you want to see someone who did some really stupid things with money, go read chapter 5 of my book, Young Money, when I was younger. So I've not had a life like this. No one has had one that I'm aware of in humanity. But when the bumps and the bruises come, you're going to still be on a path to get to where you want to go. So I'm going to teach you 3 things today, even though they're called 5 steps. But generally 3 things are going to cover this. I'm going to help you reduce financial stress in the near term and long term. Who likes that? I'm going to teach you how to create financial confidence so that you can do what the wealthy do. They're not any smarter than you, by the way. And I'm going to teach you in the last step forward, but I'm going to teach you how to create significant wealth over time. Who likes that? Securely, safely, based on what the wealthy do. Again, they're not any smarter than you. So I come from Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. My name is Todd Romer, founder of Young Money University, president as well. And here's the book, Young Money, and some other things that we've been doing. Honor, blessing to help tens of thousands of people. I don't care what age you are. And I don't care. I don't mean to say I don't care. I just don't care how you were raised. I care about you, but I don't care about that because you're going to find out that, oh, wow, okay, I do want this. And whatever, however, good, bad, or indifferent, you're going to see that you can do this. The record is now, it's 72% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. It's a record now. And I believe there's another 10% of Americans that are just doing okay. Would you guys agree with that? Well, factually, it's 72%, and we're just doing okay. So do you agree we need to teach money differently here in America? Yeah. So let's get rolling. I'll do that. We're sponsored by Mountain America Credit Union. Not saying enough, we had a representative, Cass, who these folks heard last session too, and make sure I remember to tell you a website. It's really a short website. You can get $100 bonus. Who thinks $100 is cool? To open up a checking account. Let me just give it to you now because I'm going to go fast. It's real simple. If you have a computer, feel free to just put it on one URL site. It's MACU. That stands for Mountain America. Who's a member, by the way? Anyone? Okay, so awesome. Sorry for current members, you can't get the $100 bonus. But I do say this. Go into your branch and say, hey, some guy, and do say Young Money University. Hey, you can call me some guy. Some speaker from Young Money University came in and they're giving $100. Is it possible to see what they say? You guys know that in life, but never hurts to what? Ask. So maybe they will. I don't know. Just try. But here's the website for those who are not members. It's a really great credit union. Whether they partner with us tomorrow or not, they're just good. Their mobile app is off the charts. But here it is, macu.com/YMU. It stands for Young Money University. And you just scroll down to My Style Checking, and boom, there's a $100 bonus right there. You can open up online in 5 minutes. macu.com/YMU. All right, so let's get rolling with it. I'm just giving you some background of how this all started. Back in the basement of my home in Cincinnati, Ohio, many years ago, we had a magazine called Young Money. That was our primary deal. You see some people you probably recognize. Mark Cuban on there, owner of the Dallas Mavericks, on Shark Tank. That shows that's his last year on Shark Tank, by the way. Anybody watch that show? Mm-hmm. It's a cool show. Danica Patrick, was the first professional female race car driver. I give you this backstory just so you know, because anybody want to start a business someday? Isn't it fun to hear? I love hearing people's stories about how they started a business. There's not one person that, oh yeah, we started a business and then went to a million within, days. And it doesn't exist really, right? Things get wonky. So we had all kinds of stuff happen naturally. We were hurting financially because of the magazine. It sounded fun and sexy, but we were losing money. And then we started this. This is what you're part of, but we don't do this anymore. That's like 12 years ago. And it was fun. Been all around the country teaching a lot of people money differently. But here's the reality. Sorry, this is life. You know this. You're going to be one of two people, either a financial survivor next week, next month, next year. You could struggle for decades if you choose to stay and do what you're currently doing. No judgment. I already told you I've already done some stupid stuff with money in my 20s. And then I realized, wait a minute, there's a better way. I started to do money pretty well, by the way. In my book, I talk about when I was 16, I started a lawn mowing business in Dayton, Ohio, cutting people's lawns and made a lot of money. And I started investing in the stock market. And then I started to gamble in the stock market when I was 24. And I lost half of my net worth within 9 months. I think if I had Robinhood, I might have had it lost 98%. Not against Robinhood, but you know what I'm talking about. I will teach you how to create wealth by investing and let the smart people put your money in the right stocks. Who likes the sound of that? Because when Todd tries to do it, still to this day, it doesn't end well. So I'll teach you how to move from potentially being a financial survivor. And if you're living a paycheck to paycheck, I have zero judgment against you. Zero, because I've been there. I'm going to teach you how to move over today. This is the most actionable presentation on money you're going to find, because you can be able to do things. Some of you might even open that account with this QR code while you're sitting at your chair. I see it all the time. By the way, I'll talk more about that. $50 bonus. Highly recommend you don't download the app. If you don't have the Acorns app already, don't download it because you're only going to get a $5 bonus. We have a business partnership that's going to give you 10x that $50 bonus. So we've had some people go, oh shoot, I just downloaded. So anyway. So I'm going to teach you now 5 steps. Teach you how to dream today differently than what you're saying. You're like, wait a minute, you came in from Ohio to teach me how to dream? Okay. I dream, sir, don't worry. I get it. I dream too. Who dreams multiple times a day? You're a human like me too. And I'm going to teach you how to do it differently so that you can actually get to those and believe in them truly, not just dream. I'll teach you how to do your monthly financial life, your short-term life of 5 years or less, to have a feeling of, I just feel more in control. Who wants that feeling? I just want to have the feeling of some kind of control over my money. I'll do that. And then I'm going to teach you how to create that crazy wealth. That's actually certain. This requires that to do that. Some of you actually in here, some of you will not open this account. Even by midnight tonight, you won't. And I don't know why, but some of you will choose not to. I hope that percentage, by the way, around the country is diminishing, because we're now doing a fun little incentive at the end too. I'll talk to you about that in a moment. But that's absolutely, you cannot afford anymore not to do that. But wait, that sounds like it's for finance majors, for people who know a lot about investing, and stock people. No, I'm going to teach you how you can do that no matter what your major is or whatever you think that feels overwhelming. Maybe who thinks it's overwhelming? Better be a hater too, right? 100%. You're going to be like, oh, okay, let's go. I can do this. Who's got a Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App? It took you how long to open that up?
Couple of minutes.
Couple of minutes. This thing takes you a couple of minutes. You had to give your bank information, didn't you? Was that scary?
There's a lot of security, so it's, there's a risk always, but it's not terribly risky,
Yeah. The first minute, maybe you're like, whoa, I gotta put my bank info in. And then the fear went away when you started getting money from your friends for buying pizza the night before, right?
That's right.
The fear is gone, right? 100+ million users of those platforms. We live in a digital financial world, correct? We just do. Money is moving. So yeah, the security level is through the roof, and so is Acorns, 10 million users. So we'll talk about that too. And then this is my favorite step. Who would like to be in a position financially down the road, sooner than you may think, actually, where you can now actually help people in need that you care for and love, and also even strangers who are in need? Wouldn't that be a fun life? Well, I will teach you that too. That's the most fun of the money system, to be frank. So here's step one of the money system from Young Money University, sponsored by Mountain America Credit Union. You've got to make a decision to dream today. Like literally make a decision. Like, you know what? I'm tired of dreaming to myself, or I'm tired of having dreams that are down here, wondering if I can get to those, or I don't want to have the feeling of not dreaming anymore because I don't want to be disappointed for not getting there. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Well, I'm going to help you get your dreams that you feel that may disappoint you to finally get them out and get them allowed. Because you need to do this. Why? Because you need a why. If your why is I just want to be rich and wealthy, good luck with that. You'll go nowhere with that. Everybody wants that. That was my kind of woke quote why in my 20s, of course. That's not going to get you anywhere. You got to be specific. So here's the fun part. There's a lot of fun parts of this presentation. Here's the beginning of a fun part. Let me hear some public dreams right now. Why do you want to be financially successful? If there's anything materialistic, you're like, I can't say that. They're going to think I'm materialistic. Please get those out. Security. That sounds good.
Spending more time with family.
Spending more time with family. Who likes what they're hearing so far? Yes.
Being in a place financially to provide for my wife, future family, right?
Provide for your current wife or future wife or spouse or future family. Yeah, to be able to maybe like a woman recently in Utah, because I speak in about 8 states this year. She said, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be like I was growing up. She said, I love my parents, but we were so tight that we could only try one thing. She had 4 siblings, or she was one of 4 siblings, one of 4. And she said, I could only try piano. I couldn't try volleyball. So she goes, I want to give my future children options to see where they're gifted. Hey, if you don't like music, whatever, great. How about sports? No, I don't like that either. All right, let's go try some art, design, whatever. You guys follow on that? Anybody like the sound of what she said? What's another why? What's another dream that you, yeah.
Travel.
Travel. Ooh, who likes the sound of that one? We get that everywhere we go. That sounds fun. Nothing wrong with, all right, I'm going to Maine, actually, a state I've never been to, in July or August with my daughter, Mia. She's 20. I have 3 sons that are 20. Anybody have kids and know what I'm talking about? 23, thank you, 23, 27, and 29, 3 boys. Mia, the daughter, is 20. We're going to the state of Maine. Never been there. Guess what our dream is? My dream has been, and she's going to enjoy it with me, to go alongside the coast and stop at a lobster shack. Is what I've heard you can do. You can get whatever your favorite beverage is along with that lobster that they just caught 2 hours before for 10, 12 bucks. I can't wait to do that. I'm going to probably have lobster for lunch and dinner too, like for 3 days. I'm excited. Travel. Yeah. Who else? What else? Another dream, and why? Why do you want to be financially successful? One more. Yeah.
Just the freedom to do whatever you want.
Freedom to do whatever you want. 100%. 100%. You know, a lot of people actually like their job or their work, that they're like, I don't have to leave it. Maybe you find something like that. Like, I don't want to sit on the couch and watch ESPN. Trust me, that gets old. After a while, you're like, do what you want to do, when you want to do it. Passions, maybe new things that you become passionate about. Those things that you think about, like, oh, I don't think I ever. No, get those out. Get them out. Even on a piece of paper, just get them out. Even if it's what this one woman in Phoenix said. Okay, don't laugh, she said. I'm like, no, it was around 80 people in a classroom. I said, there's no such thing as laughing at dreams. She goes, okay, I have a lot of whys, but I also want to be able to buy Lululemon clothing whenever I want. I said, great. Whatever it is, get it out. You got to get a why. Why? Because it'll be your ongoing fuel and motivation to keep you on the money system. We don't have many people in here or around the country, rather, that say, yeah, I want 2 Lamborghinis. I want 3 houses, 3 mansions. Great, if that's your why, great. But we don't hear that. We hear what you just said. I want to have less financial stress. I want to be able to provide well for my spouse, my family, my children. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to give to people who are in need. I want to, if you have 5 Maseratis as your dream, great, write that down too, but we just don't hear much about that. You guys follow what I'm saying? So, but just get something down. Even if it's, I want to have a, all right, let's be real, stay real. You guys are awesome. Who dreams about their future kitchen in here? I did not know that people are dreaming about their kitchen until a 25-year-old woman described her kitchen in detail one time. Wow, she's been dreaming about that kitchen. So you got to get a why, and you have to be aware of this, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a money DNA. Whether you like it or not, unlike your whether you like it or not, how you grew up, what you saw good, bad, and indifferent in your home with how money was managed, has an effect on you. It's a temporary, unless you don't want to overcome it, it's a temporary money DNA, unlike our biological DNA that's permanent, right? You have a temporary DNA if you want to choose it, and we'll show you how to change that. Anybody like what I just said? You have some limiting beliefs. So did I. That you're believing about money and yourself. That's getting in the way right now of you achieving those dreams that you have for yourself. And let me just tell you right now, I'll share that. Fill in the blank with me. Some of you believe some lies about yourself, such as, I don't think I'm what enough to get to my goals and dreams. Fill in the blank before enough. Good enough. Smart enough. Ambitious enough. Love it. Last class we heard as these folks here. Focused enough. Am I disciplined enough? Oh, I'll teach you all that. Get ready. So here's the bottom line. This should be the best news of the day, and I mean it. There's going to be great news coming, but this is the best news because you've got to clear out this garbage. And if I can say it, forgive me. I help you clear out the crap that's in your brains. I have the same stuff. Is that okay to tell you that? We have stuff in our heads that we believe about ourselves. It's just not true. But it's okay that we believe it because of how we just saw things growing up or what we continue to see and believe. You all have it. You're already enough right now in Salt Lake City. What is this, March 26th? Is it March 26th? March 26th, 2024. Someone who has been able to be blessed, if you will, honored to help tens of thousands of people change the financial trajectory of their life is telling you today, you are already enough. You've got the skills, you have the talent. There's not much talent. You're gonna be like, wait, what? I don't need talent in the next 3 steps. I don't need to be super smart. My 5-year-old niece or nephew can do this, is what I'm gonna teach you. Would you guys agree with what I shared an hour ago?
Yep.
Was it rocket science? Like, hey, I'm gonna have you guys go everywhere I go in the country. So that'd be great. Like, hey, they already heard me. So I'm not, you listen to them now. That's the best testimony you can get. So how are we doing on step 1, folks? You like what you've heard so far? I haven't said anything about money, and I came in all the way from Cincinnati. I haven't said one thing to you yet about money and how to change it. But actually, I said a lot in step 1, because that's where it's beginning. 8 out of 10 Americans are likely believing lies about themselves. And I'm not against anybody that's struggling financially. I believe that's why God put us here too. When we are blessed financially, like I said, step 5, who would like to help people who truly are in need? That's just fun. That's going to be really fun, folks. Save money differently. I'm going to teach you how to do your, again, monthly financial life differently, your 5 years or less financial life differently. Because I'm going to teach you now how to get, listen closely and watch. I'm going to teach you how to get yourself out of the way of yourself with money. Because you all know who's the worst nemesis in the world that's going to be the person you have to overcome to get your dreams and goals. Who is it?
Yourself.
It is you. So if I can help you get out of the way of yourself with money, then sailing away to where you want to be. Because when Todd gets in the way of money, chapter 5, I got in the way with money, go read it, then it's not gonna end well for me, and it won't end well for you. So here's what I want you to do. Who thinks that's absolutely nuts, what I just put up there? Anybody think that sounds crazy? There's gotta be a few hands, good. Well, you want me to teach the same stuff that's been helping 80% of Americans just struggle, right? Make sure you have a good credit score. Nothing wrong with having a good credit score, but folks, what is a credit score really all about? Anybody help me with that?
Financial discipline.
Getting a loan is what your name? Luke said getting a loan and getting a loan that's at better rates. Sorry, what were we gonna say?
So, that you can pay off.
Debt you can pay off. Yes. So what I'm hearing, loan and debt. Huh, that's interesting. Do we want to focus on how to have the least focus on debt, or do we want to focus on a wealth mindset? Who wants the wealth mindset here? Nothing wrong with going into debt. I'm not anti-debt. But a credit score is really for two big things, buying a house and buying a car. Maybe to help you get an apartment, but when you follow the money system, it's going to naturally be good. So you don't even have to care about it anymore. You guys like what I'm saying? Yeah, let me be debt focused. Okay, great. If you do have a good credit score, great. You're gonna get one naturally, you're gonna have a lower interest rate. That's all it does. It provides you with a lower interest rate for debt on cars and houses. And at least the person at the apartment complex says, hey, all right, your credit score is this, that's cool, you're gonna still be able to pay me. That's all. That's all. We have to flip the script, folks. You already know this. 80% of Americans, if we follow that, I'm teaching you, Young Money University teaches you to have a wealth mindset, not a debt mindset. It'll just naturally be happening for you. So ditch your savings account. Here's what I mean. Do this instead. When you have an account called savings, which who has one, by the way? Awesome. Who has a checking account? Great. Your checking account is going to be looked at now as your new money engine to automate your financial life. I'll teach you how to do that here in a few minutes. But when you have an account called savings and everything's in there, you don't know this yet, but it's actually causing you a little bit of financial chaos and financial stress. Who has ideas for where your money wants to be spent in that savings account? You have ideas all the time, don't you? Oh man, I want to put some money toward a down payment for a car. I want a new pair of jeans. I want to travel. I want to I can't wait to get a new lens for my camera because you like photography, perhaps. I need some new shoes. It's limitless, right? It's unlimited. You have ideas for where you want to spend it, but you don't know, but that's causing chaos when it's all on an account called savings. So do this instead. Create multiple named savings accounts. I call them digital envelopes for your needs and short-term wants of 4 years or less. Multiple, start naming your cash, then do this. Move money automatically. There's that key word. From your checking account into these new named accounts each month. Do you agree we live in a monthly financial world? Compare bills what? Cell phone bill, rent, car payment monthly, right? So automatically move money. You could say on the 10th of each month, maybe on the 15th of each month, whatever day of the month you want, start moving into some of these are just some ideas to name your accounts like this. Ladies, who spends money on clothes and shoes in here? Anybody? Gentlemen, anybody? Great. Guys and gals are holding their hands up. If you value clothes and shoes, then create a savings account and call it clothes and shoes. And you move, say, $10 a month. Start with $10 a month. Who cares? You can move it up in a second on your mobile app. How many, again, Mountain America members are there? Do you use their mobile app? It's a very intuitive, amazing app, actually. It really is. It's super intuitive. You probably don't even know how much it has for you. It's award-winning, and you could say, wait, I'm moving this thing up to $20. Takes it like 15 seconds to change it from $10 a month to, wait, I'm doing $25 a month into my clothes and shoes account. On the 15th of each month, it's going out. Who owns a car in here and is responsible for it when something happens to it? Who's had a phone call in the last 12 months with a car repair need? How did that call go, folks? Good, you had the money? Awesome. Anybody have the phone call and it kind of felt like crap? Thank you. That's like 98% of America has that feeling. So why would you not Last class, if you remember these folks, last class, a woman, her name was Constance, raised her hand and she was like, I could see, she's like, it was terrible. I get it everywhere I go. Yeah, that'll be $800 plus parts of labor and tax or that'll be $1,200. And the guy in Phoenix who I spoke to recently, he was in a big classroom, he said, it blew out my savings account, this repair bill. So you see where the cycle's coming from, living paycheck to paycheck and why it's still going on? There's a cycle that needs to be stopped. So 99% of you are not gonna have a fun phone call. So why not do this? Have a car repair savings account, call it car repair. Maybe you start with $20 a month, maybe 30. So that when you have that call, inevitably, correct, you're gonna have it again. You can simply just take your phone out and go, oh, 960 plus tax, okay, parts and labor, sweet. Okay, whether you have all 960 or not, you'll have a pretty decent chunk actually. If you do, great. You simply go, all right, there's my car repair savings account, whether that's with Mountain America or someone else. Swipe over back into your checking account within seconds. You show up on Friday or Thursday to pick up your car and you hand them your debit card to pay for cash. Who likes the sound of a life like that when things will happen to you? Folks, the summary of step 2, travel savings account. There you go. There's the young lady who wants a travel savings account over there. Where's your name again?
Kylie.
Kylie, there you go. If that's you, if you value travel, boom, travel savings account, 20, 30 bucks a month, whatever you start out with. And then in a couple months, you might go, wait, I'm looking at my monthly budget. I can ramp that up to 60 bucks a month. Yeah, let's go. Kylie, do you know where you want to go next, by the way? Where do you want to travel to next? Do you know for sure where you want to go?
Japan.
Okay, then I highly recommend you do not name your savings account called travel. You call it Japan savings account. You see, when you attach a name to your dollars, it becomes, your brain starts to get attached to it. Kylie, I will guarantee, not 100%, but I'm going to go pretty darn high of a percentage of a guarantee that when she is tempted to spend money on a whim, either online, maybe at a mall, I don't know, I'm going to go pretty strong that you're going to say, I'm not taking money out of my Japan savings account for a new pair of jeans that looked pretty cool just a minute ago, right? It's what happens, folks. You start changing your neurochemistry when you name your cash. Let me repeat, you start changing your brain and your neurochemistry because your money and your brain attach, don't they, pretty well. We're emotional with our money. And you want to slowly, you can't get rid of all the emotion. You're not a robot. You want to start moving that down because you got bigger goals and dreams that I just heard in step 1. So start naming your cash. Who's got any questions on step 2? Can you do it? Yes.
Why is it a better way to use checking account instead of a credit card that is gonna give you like way better price or points for traveling?
Okay, so using your credit card to spend money is what I'm hearing? Then using your checking account. So if you are super disciplined by using your credit card, that's awesome. But there is over $1.1 trillion in credit card debt. By the way, it's been growing the last few years. So that's why. There's a very small percentage of Americans that have discipline, perhaps like you, to do that. And sometimes, and I'm not like pro or con Dave Ramsey, he's done the research that when you use your credit card, again, you can be super disciplined. When you use your credit card sometimes, and versus using, and I'm not saying using cash, I'm not that like, you can if you want. Most people will actually say, man, when I use cash versus using credit, I actually spent more using credit because it was just a little easier to swipe. That's all. I need that candy bar that's $1.20 now. All those little things. So there's some good research about that. So I'm not anti-credit card. If you're super disciplined and you got your why going and you got your automated savings accounts going and your automated investment account going, go for it. I do it too, but it took me a while to get there.
Yeah.
It's all about your why, folks. It's all about your why, if you haven't noticed yet. Okay, any other comments, questions? All right, we're running pretty good. You told me, you gave me permission to tell you like it is. I am not anti-bank, but you know who they are. There's big branded banks out there that you know who they are, and they require you to have a minimum balance of either $200 and now some as much as $300 minimum balance. Before you get a fee, if you go below that, you'll have a fee for any named savings account that you create, a second, third, fourth, or fifth plus. Does anybody think that's bogus? I do. Yeah, you do too. Just move. If you don't know why you bank where you bank, you just bank there. Anybody in that camp, you're just kind of there. Check out Mountain America, our sponsor. Not because I don't work for them, but they're pretty sweet. Trust me. Check them out and get a $100 bonus. So they have a minimum balance requirement of 0. And you can have up to 99 named savings accounts. You have to make a $5 deposit in your checking account, and that's it. And away you go. If you use 99 savings accounts and you have 99 names, please tell me. That'd be amazing. The most I ever used was around 14 or 15 when I had 4 children that were younger. Jack's travel baseball, Luke's football, Alex lacrosse, Mia's braces. We had all kinds. We had pool repair savings account, and when we lived in Orlando, pools need repair too. How are we doing at step 2? Everybody can do it. Name your cash, folks. Get rid of an account called savings. That's what the people who are struggling do. Is they keep an account called savings. Don't ever have an account called savings ever again. All right, let's move in quickly to step 3. I'm going to put all 3 bullets down so we can spend time on, have enough on step 4. Spend money differently. This is what we teach. Create a zero-based monthly spending plan. I'm going to teach you how to spend your money differently. It's simply a new nickname for budget. You can call it your own cash flow plan, how your cash flows throughout the month. Anybody work full-time while they're going to school here? May I ask you, you don't have to answer this question. How much do you make after taxes per month, roughly?
After taxes, 42. Oh, monthly. Monthly, yeah, it's gonna be $2,000.
Okay, great. And what is your name, sir?
West.
Weston. Perfect example, nice easy number, $2,000. The next month coming up in about 5-6 days is April. All Weston has to do is open up a Google Sheet, Excel spreadsheet, or a notebook paper like this young lady has right here and put April income, $2,000. Then Weston goes, what are my fixed expenses that need to stay in my checking account? Let's say Weston has some rent of X. He's got a car payment of X. You guys following that? Car insurance, he's got to pay of X. Maybe he has a cell phone bill of X. Everybody has to have that. That's a supercomputer now. You hardly talk on this thing. They shouldn't even call it a phone anymore. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see, what else you got? Disney Plus or Netflix, whatever you enjoy, right? Streaming service subscription, maybe a gym membership. I don't know, whatever you know that, no, that stayed in my checking. I'm not getting rid of that. That's for my livelihood. And he's like, wait, I got to eat groceries of X. Maybe he has some In-N-Out fast food, Chick-fil-A. I don't know, whatever you are and you desire, you put a little money in there for that stuff. Maybe some, I don't know, Walgreens, CVS, whatever, those little things. Okay, that's gonna put my groceries. Now you're down to say $300 that you have to name, Weston. You might go, wait a minute, I don't want a phone call with my car again. Car repair savings account, $50 a month. Boom, automatically going out to that. Clothes and shoes, maybe $50. Maybe something else. It's up to you, but you got to name still that extra $200. You got to name it all the way down to 0. You guys follow that? Called a zero-based spending plan. I will guarantee Weston by the end of April, he will not spend his $2,000 of income perfectly to the penny. Sorry, sir, but you're not a robot like me. I will guarantee Weston with a capital G by the end of May, definitely by the end of 90 days window, that he's going to see how he financially rolls. That's all you need is that 3-month window and go, this is who I am. And he's going to make slight adjustments here, there, takes 5 minutes before every month. And maybe he's making $2,300 a month in a few months. He'd be like, sweet, I'll put another $100 into my investment account. Because you're going to make more money in a year than you are now. All of you will make more money next year, likely, than you are now. You just plug and play bigger numbers as you make more money. and you're not gonna be worried about, oh man, am I spending it to a T? No, let me tell you how, and I didn't share this in the last class. I want you to get off the road of perfection, because we have that tendency as human beings sometimes. But most people leave a budget because they're frustrated with it. They can't get it to where they want. Who's gone bowling before? And has also put up bumpers? Anybody used bumpers before? If you don't know what that means, with bowling, when you bowl down the lane and you're like, oh shoot, it's going to the gutter, the bumpers are up to kind of push it back into the middle, right? And both get it down. Nothing wrong with using bumpers. That's how I want you to start doing your monthly spending plan or budget. If Weston happens to spend $2,200 in April, that's $200 more than he makes, he's going into debt. Weston, don't fret. You're not going to be living under the bridge. You can deal with $200 of the debt. You'll be able to figure that out, right? But if Weston takes the bowling ball and goes, oh, it slips off his hand and it goes 3 lanes over. Anybody done that in here? 3 lanes over, that's kind of embarrassing, right? It would be equally embarrassing if Weston spends $3,000 in April and he's going into $1,000 of the debt, correct? That doesn't feel good, neither does that ball that went over 3 lanes. So just look like you're having bumpers. It's okay, first month, all right, hey, I'm a little bit over. All right, May, hey, I'm getting still a little bit over, I'm good. Wow, June, I'm right there. It's okay. Let it go. Give yourself grace. Don't be like all wigged out. You know when you're spending money that you shouldn't. But go back to step 1. Why am I doing this thing anyway? Why am I doing the money system? Why am I setting up these named savings accounts? Because you want to have a different life, right? For the long haul. Folks, here's the last summary of step 3. When you do this, and you start out within 60 to 90 days, you're going to have this feeling. This is what you really all want in here, don't you? You want a feeling of more control. A feeling of more control to get to a life that you desire. And these 5 years or less named savings accounts are going to help you feel that. And again, when you make more money, you simply plug and play bigger numbers or add another named savings account for, I'm in a home. Oh, home repair savings account. Who owns a home in here? Anybody? Okay. If you did, ask people who own one and tell them how fun it is to own a home. Do things happen perfectly in a home? Right. We all know it. So like that car repair savings account, make sure you have a home repair or home maintenance savings account so you can feel like a home and not a house. Questions so far? How are we doing? Yeah.
So my husband and I, we do budget every single month together. And he's like, hey, let's do $200 for groceries, right? And so I go to the grocery store, I'm trying to stay in $200 and grocery prices are ridiculous, right? And so she rings me up and I'm at $350 and I'm looking at the grocery basket, what the crap did I buy, right? I didn't get any extra junk or whatever. How the heck do you work with that? Because it's so frustrating.
It is frustrating. Inflation's real, folks. It just is. It's not a political statement. It just happens through economies. How do I deal with that? So outside of like a personal coaching call where we would actually talk about, everything, how much income's coming in from both people making money, I would walk you through that just to make sure are there any expenses that you could actually get rid of? So without going into that detail, that would take some time. I'm happy to give you, I'm going to give my cell number. I'm happy to help you with that. I'll make a general blanket statement here that may not apply to you. When you see step 4, this kind of somewhat answers what you're talking about in a moment here. Some of you might get pretty darn fired up. Like, wait a minute, I didn't know money could do this, can grow like this. It's all about you. And you might go, wait, how can I bring in another $100 a month, $200 a month? How can I do that? What hours in the month do I have that I could maybe do something to change that? So it doesn't necessarily apply to that, but it may a little bit. But also what we have a membership program called Young Money University too, that you can inquire about and tell you about. We don't sell people on it because we don't want to do that. Actually, we don't want to work with people who don't have a long-term focus. We would walk you through your income. We've been able to say, hey, what about that? You're like, oh, I didn't know that. I can get rid of that. Yeah. So there's a lot of possibility there. So that can give you a little more cushion with groceries. So, any other questions? All right, get ready, because we only have 5 minutes, so I gotta go pretty fast. Ready? Let's do it. I'm gonna put all three down here. For time's sake. Folks, this is the train to get you to where you want to go. You cannot afford not to invest. I'm going to get pretty specific because I only have about 6 minutes. If you don't begin investing, you're actually hurting yourself. I just say it like it is now, and your current or future family. Investing is not you having to choose the stocks. Ooh, who likes the sound of that? Can you imagine? Hey guys, how about it? Here's the Acorns $50 bonus, and then you got to choose your own stocks. I'd leave here and you'd be like, oh, great. There's like this many people in the cut world that can pick stocks well. Good luck if that's you, but I'd rather have a professional take my money and invest it into a fund of stocks and bonds. You guys follow that? So first bullet point, automatic, that's the key word. I'm helping you create autopilot wealth, automatic weekly. It could say weekly, it could say monthly. Investing in solid stocks creates wealth over time as history proves it. Here's all you need to know. The stock market's been around for 150 plus years. Things have happened in life, right? Pandemics, world wars, geopolitical events, different people in the White House, different policies, stuff going on, stock market booms and stock market crashes, real estate booms and real estate crashes. The stock market doesn't care. It says, get on the train. Just jump on this train, the compound interest train, so that the wealthy who are not smarter than you, they just know to get on the train because they know that the stock market goes up and down. They don't care. They know it crashes. They don't care because they know this has been going on for 150 years. What are you saying? Record high as of last week. They don't care. They do what's called dollar cost averaging, which I'm going to teach you in a moment. Every week or month, you have to put a little money into the stock market coming out automatically. Anybody heard of that term, dollar cost averaging? Well, I'm teaching you now. The wealthy know, I don't know what the stock market's going to do tomorrow because they don't. No one knows what's going to do tomorrow or next year, but they look at 150 years of data. And they say, I'm going to have money going out every week consistently so that when the market goes down, I want to be able to buy more shares of stock when the prices are lower. And the market's up, great, a little bit higher. Who cares? Down, low. I don't care. I'm getting in consistently. I don't have to time the market, thank God, because nobody times the market. That's impossible. So why? Because you want to get on this trade. Anybody named Nick in here? Sometimes there is. Any gentleman that's around 25 or 26 in here? What's the closest we have? Anybody? All right, Weston.
24.
24, perfect. All right, Weston, you're 24. You still have chosen not to open an investment account. Maybe you will with Acorns in front of you now. And you start at age 26 finally. $150 a month is going out of your checking account. We're just using $150 a month. You don't have to start with $150. You can start with $5 a month or week with Acorns. This platform is off the charts, 10 million users. But Weston, you start with $150 a month. That's $1,800 a year coming out just like it's a car payment. This is his wealth expense. Who wants to, again, have a side hustle someday? I'm going to teach you the greatest side hustle of all time. Maybe it requires you to get a little job on the side for maybe 10 hours a month or 5 hours a month, whatever. Just you can have two side hustles. This one and another one, whatever you want to do. But this is the crazy side hustle. $150 a month, $1,800 a year. You do it till age 65, West, and your total investment contribution during that time was 72 grand. We're using 12% rate of return on average. But the US stock market, that's the last 35 years, by the way, from the stock market. For the last 150 years, it's around 10.2%. So let's just say it's 10, 11, 12, who cares? These numbers are significant enough. Weston, you turned 72 grand through the power of compound interest, money making money off of money. The wealthy know that when you make some kind of money, put something aside into an investment account in the stock market so that your money is starting to make money too. Instead of putting hours only in for dollars, nothing wrong with work. They know that when I put my hours for dollars, though, that will come to an end at some point. I need this other thing going. And then look what you got, Weston, 1.7 million. Who likes the sound of that? at age 65. He took 5 minutes. Well, that sounds scary. No, it's not, because you told me your Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App was not scary. To open up your Acorns account, that's one investment account that you'll have eventually. You can take money out in 7, 8, 9 years for a sweet down payment on a house, right, Weston? Or a business you want to start. It's whatever he wants that money to do. It gets better. Anybody named Maria in here? I met Maria last class, which is fun. Any young lady that's close to 18? 19. Oh, 18, what is your name?
Michelle,
Michelle, how old are you?
I'm 18.
18, perfect. This is your column. You do the same thing as Weston, but you start at age 18, 150 a month out of your checking account. Same thing, just like your car payment. You stop though, Michelle. You don't invest anything at age 26, zero. You only invested $14,400, nearly 5 times less than Weston. Michelle, how in the world do you have 2.2 million at age 65? How did that happen? Interest, you had compound interest too, Weston did too, but what was the actual reason? You started earlier, you got it. Michelle, I know you're smart and intelligent, I have 10 times more than me probably, but did that have to require super intelligence to get to that answer? No, it didn't. Yeah, but I thought I had to be smart enough to get my dreams, no? 5 minutes to open up your account, you've got 2.2 million. Michelle, final question, will you actually stop investing at age 26?
No.
No, who would nobody's gonna stop, well, anybody gonna stop in here? No, of course not, you're not gonna stop. If you don't stop, Michelle, you have just under $8 million. Again, you can take money out 7, 8, 9 years for a sweet down payment on the house. Maybe a sweet kitchen remodel, I don't know, whatever you wanna do with that new house. Maybe it's that business, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe somebody wanna help a lot of people and start a nonprofit. I don't know, it's about you and step one in your dreams. You guys follow that? Some of you still today will not open this up because you have something in your head that says, nah, it can't be true. Really? 150 years worth of data says, get on the train, folks. Because you know what? You can't afford not to invest. 40 years ago in the stock market versus in the mattress. Call that your jar. Anybody have a jar of change at home? Call it your jar of change, mattress, whatever you want. $1 from 40 years ago. If you don't invest it, it's in your jar at home or under a mattress, it turns into 32 cents because of what? Inflation. Losing spending power. So you can't afford not to, but if you did put in the stock market $1 in 1983, 40 years ago, look at that, 21 bucks. Let me now tell you, we're almost really at the end, but here it is. $50 bonus to open up the account, 10x the bonus if you were to download the app. Through our business partnership, they said, yeah, we'll give 50 bucks away. They have a feature called Roundups. Anybody using Acorns, by the way, in here? Awesome. What's your name?
Jared,
Using Roundups?
I used to use Acorns a lot,
Okay,
but then I've like been in Fidelity and Webull recently.
awesome. That's great too, as long as you're investing. But the feature of Acorns is it's an easy way to enter. By just putting in your date of birth, they already automatically put you in a fund of stocks and bonds, one of 5 portfolios they will put you in based on your date of birth. Like, ooh, sweet, automatic. You own 100+ different stocks and bonds of companies like this: Apple, Microsoft, Google, Netflix, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, Nike, Under Armour. Shall I go on? Who wants to be an owner of those companies? That's what the wealthy do, folks. There's trillions of dollars invested in the stock market today. Roundups feature is just one of the features. You want to do that when you go to Chick-fil-A and you use your debit card. You can also attach your credit card too, if that's you, and to the app too. But using your bank information, that means your debit card's attached, right? You go to Chick-fil-A and you spend $10.50 on a meal. Acorns will see that and go, oh, you're at Chick-fil-A. They round up your purchase to the next whole dollar. 50-cent spare change will automatically be invested in your investment account. You'll own even more shares, fractional shares of those companies I mentioned. Acorn says, based on research, that you'll have about 30 bucks a month just in spare change roundup. Yeah, but I don't have 150 bucks a month. Who cares? Of course you don't. If you do, great, you're blessed, whatever. Go for it. Do more than 150. Who cares? Start with 10 bucks a month, $5 a week. The $50 bonus applies only if you set up at least a $5 weekly or monthly recurring bonus, folks. And there's so many other features to this app, 10 million users plus. I've been using it for quite a while. It's off the charts. Any questions on step 4? We're at the end here. Anything about the Acorns app, anything so far? You guys like what you've heard so far? Awesome. Here's the last step. I think it's fun. Takes 5 seconds. Have I helped? Michelle, have I helped you, Weston, learn how to create wealth today? Wouldn't it be fun to, you don't have to do anything I say today, but wouldn't it be fun to then help people who are truly in need? To include that as part of your why, like, okay, I'm actually going to maybe get another additional side hustle job. It's 10 hours a month, whatever, even if it's a job, whatever you do, but it's up to you, folks, to get into the game of investing. That's what the wealthy do. It's up to your why. You might go, gosh, I have 10 hours a month extra to make 15 bucks an hour. Maybe it's more. You do what you want to do, but you have the ability to get to where you want to go, don't you? This gentleman kind of knows what I'm talking about, right? It's up to you. But you don't have to fret and go, I need 150 a month now. No, just start with 10 bucks a month. Move it up. The app is super fun. If you have to withdraw money for a financial hardship reason or an emergency, you go on the app, you go, oh, there's a withdrawal button, boom. It's back in your checking account within 3 business days. Questions on the money system steps 1 through 5? Yes.
I don't know if this really applies to the steps, but what are your thoughts on CDs?
CDs are great. It's a great, you have to have your money in there for a certain time. So a 6-month CD or 1 year or 2 year CD, if you take your money out before, you have to pay a penalty. So if you have a short term, like I want to buy a car in 3 years or less, or 2 years, that's a great place to put your money, is in a CD to get a higher interest rate return than a savings account. So yes, that might be a good example of a CD, is a 3-year or 2-year goal of something that money is going to. You get great question, because you guys are now seeing that step 2 is really a massive step, naming your cash. Get a reason for every dollar that you save. Don't put it in an account called savings. It'll kick your proverbial financial rear end, because you're going to have stuff and pull it out. Temptation City, you're human like me. Name your cash, that CD, make sure it has a purpose for it in 2 years. Don't just like, oh, it's for whatever in 2 years.
And then what about Roths?
Roth IRA, that's another investment account of stocks and bonds. That's awesome. I don't have time to go into all those details, but it's real simple. We say you'll have at least 3 investment accounts over time. Start with your toe in the water with this one. Super fun. They have a referral bonus in there every week that you'll be like, wait a minute, that's the side hustle within the side hustle, by the way. A Roth IRA, you can put up to about $6,500 a year maximum. That's the one they'll allow, the IRS. That goes into a tax advantaged investment account. That so you pay no taxes when you're 62 and a half on that crazy number. So yes, your 401k plan will be your 3rd account, or 403b. Who works full time and has a 401k or 403b opportunity? Are you using it? Awesome. You're getting free money. You know that? You're probably closer to 150 a month than you probably realize. By the way, folks, you're going to blow past 150 a month in a couple of years, if not less, but at least a couple of years from now, you'll blow past 150 a month. It's just true. The numbers are staggering, but it's up to you to simply make these behavioral changes. Yes.
Are there penalties, no withdrawal?
No penalties from Acorns, no. Nope, just regular long-term capital gains taxes. Everybody has to pay a tax, or like death and taxes right around them, but that's easy. They do that, compile it for you. By the way, choose the $3 a month subscription level with Acorns. Choose the personal subscription of $3 a month. Don't let that scare you. $3 times 12 months is how many dollars? $36. Does that scare you with the numbers I just showed here? Yeah, don't be afraid of $3 a month. If you have a family, they have what's called Acorns. I think it's called Premium. That's for family, where you can add children and have them begin investing. So just start at $3 a month. You already have $50. Any other questions? we are done. Remember, Mountain America, $100 bonus, macu.com and /YMU2. And I'm here afterward for any individual. Oh, I forgot something really fast. If you open your account, I said in the last class, if you open your Acorns account, we're just giving you an incentive. We have a company mission to help 5,000 more people open their Acorns investment account in 2024. If you open your account by midnight tonight, remember, it takes 3 minutes to open it up. I will give you a digital copy of this book, Young Money, and send you, and this one will come pretty quickly. I will send you then in a week as well, a short 5-minute video of me walking you through my own personal Acorns investment account, showing you, hey, there's this feature, here's that feature. You're gonna be like, oh, sweet. If you don't care about that, that's fine, and you want to open it up and don't worry about that. But if you are, and those additional bonuses, you get the $50 from Acorns. Here's my cell number, and you just simply text me by midnight and say, my name's Todd, by the way. You don't have to say Todd. You can just say, hey, I was at Slick today, SLCC. I opened the Acorns account. Here's my cell number, 407-925-5600. Area code 407-925-5600. Just say, open my account, Acorns account. We know what that means, and we'll send you the book right away. And a short video in about a week. That'll be. Guys, thank you again.